The visuals you have on your screens are coming from Tel Aviv. People are out in the streets, not for the hostages, not against Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Arabs and Jews have united to speak against the killing of Palestinian children. For the first time since the war began in Gaza, people have started dying due to hunger. Before I start, I want to tell our viewers that some of the content of today's episode could be distressing. The story is important to tell, but the brutality of the war can affect some of you. Alright, I'm Ananya Datta, and this is Grey Zone. Protests over the Gaza war have become a common affair since the war started. Here are some from just this month: New York, Paris, Rabat, London, Berlin, Athens. The list is long and the protests are against the Israeli government. As it happens, the protests have hit home. Hundreds of Israelis gather in Tel Aviv calling for the end of the war in Gaza, specifically the atrocities against the Palestinian children. Some were seen carrying flour bags and pictures of malnourished children from Gaza to highlight the severity of the issue.
We came here today, both Jewish and Palestinian citizens of Israel, to protest against the dire humanitarian catastrophe in the Gaza Strip and against our government's policy of starvation. We came here today to call out to end this siege, to allow the entry of humanitarian aid, and to end the war on Gaza, which is a catastrophe for both Palestinians as well as Israelis.
At the time of this protest, news was just trickling in that at least 15 people starved to death in a span of 24 hours. Palestinian authorities say at least 101 have died due to starvation, and 80 of them were children. This is a first in the grueling war that started on October 8, 2023. Israel has often claimed that the aid flow is slow because Hamas fighters loot the food and medical supplies and help their own fighters. But rights groups aren't convinced of this argument. Israel controls all supplies entering and leaving Gaza, and this isn't the case just now. For 2 long decades before the war, Israel has controlled Gaza's border. The US Food and Agriculture Organization says at least 128 trucks are needed every single day. But that's far from the real numbers. Like even yesterday, 38 trucks were supposed to enter Gaza, but only 5 were allowed. Israel has denied all reports of a famine in Gaza. It has also denied that it is responsible for shortages of food. In turn, it has blamed the United Nations for withholding the aid. The IDF international spokesperson even released a video showing 950 UN trucks parked near Gaza. Palestinians on the ground are paying the price for this blame game.
Is this even edible? Is this edible? Is this edible? This, people to feed my children. Is this edible? People, is this edible? People, people, have mercy on us. Have mercy on us. Have mercy on our children. Like you feed your children, feed us. Look at us.
كنز عندي هذا طعم أولادي. هذا عندي كنز، يعني أنا مساعد أموت ب10 طعم أولادي. 10 طعم أولادي. الحياة صعبة هذا، وأنت عارف يعني. كيف إحنا بمجاعة.
It's like a treasure to me. I want to feed my children. I would die for them. Life is hard here. We have been starving for 2 years. We have eaten donkey food, bird food, and even grass.
And for those who are able to stand at 10-hour-long queues and get a bag of flour, aren't even better. Limited supply means the prices are unimaginably high.
This is the American company that manipulates us under the pretext of aid. This bag used to cost 25 shekels. Now it costs 2,500 shekels, $764. I risked my life to get it. We haven't eaten bread since yesterday.
And if someone can afford it, he's being targeted by Israeli soldiers. Israeli newspaper Haaretz reported that Israeli soldiers have been ordered to shoot unarmed Palestinians seeking aid in Gaza. Using starvation as a tool, killing unarmed civilians and targeting UN workers are all war crimes. but Israel has had a free hand so far. It has justified its doings in Gaza, Lebanon, Yemen, and Syria in the pretext that it is preventing the next October 7th.
Israel says the war in Gaza can end when all the hostages are returned and when Hamas is removed from power. Because if the war ends with Hamas still in power in Gaza, the next war is a matter of time. This is an organization whose reason for existing is to wage jihad against Israel. And if the war ends with Hamas able to rebuild its tunnels underneath schools and hospitals, able to rebuild its missiles, able to rebuild its terrorist armies, then we're going to have another war with Gaza. And Israel wants this to be the last Gaza war.
But the mood is shifting back at home. Israelis are realizing that the initial goal set by Tel Aviv, which is to unseat Hamas in Gaza, has been shifted. The future looks concerning, not just for the Palestinians, but for the Israelis as well.
And we know for sure that this will not bring any security to the Israelis and will not also bring the Israeli hostages back home with continuing the war. And we ask for immediate ceasefire to stop what is happening right now in Gaza.
As world leaders weigh their choices whether to arm Israel or revive talks of a Palestinian state, people in Gaza are dying. They were dying yesterday. They're dying as you watch this video and will be still dying tomorrow. The question isn't which side you're on. The question is how many more children must die before the world realizes that no one becomes a terrorist overnight. Every time an innocent civilian dies, we let radicalization thrive. I'm Ananya Datta. You've been watching Grey Zone.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry guards.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.